Hey guys, this is Vanessa of the Pudgy Rabbit, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this mini boot bucket complete with a removable lid. Here's the list of abbreviations you'll be seeing today. This pattern is worked all in single crochet stitches, and here's a list of materials you'll be needing. I'll have this all listed in the description below along with the full pattern, and you can also download the full pattern PDF on my blog. So let's get started. So starting with the handle and using black yarn, I'm going to chain 25 and then fasten off. When I make my slip knot to start the chain, I'm going to leave a long tail, and when I fasten off, I'll also leave a long tail, and then I can use them to attach the handle later on. And that's the bucket handle. Moving on to the bucket bottom, for round 1 we're going to chain 2, single crochet 6 in the second chain from the hook for a total of 6 stitches at the end. Since I'm doing the pumpkin, I'm going to start with orange yarn. If you're doing the ghost, you'll start with white, and if you're doing the witch, you'll begin with light green yarn. And that's round 1. For round 2, we're going to single crochet 2 in each stitch of the round for a total of 12 stitches at the end. Sometimes the very first stitch I make is kind of tight, so when that happens, I like to get something like my yarn needle and just make a little bit of extra space in that stitch, and this will just make it easier for me to get my hook in there and start off round 2. Now getting my stitch marker to mark off the beginning of each round. And that's round 2. For round 3, we're going to single crochet 1, then increase 1, repeat this set 6 times for a total of 18 stitches at the end. And that's round 3. For round 4, we're going to single crochet 1 and then increase 1. Then we'll start a set where we single crochet 2, then increase 1. Repeat this set 5 times and single crochet 1 for 24 stitches at the end. And that's round 4. For round 5, we're going to single crochet 3 and then increase 1, and we'll repeat this set 6 times for a total of 30 stitches at the end. And that's round 5. For round 6, we're going to single crochet 2 and then increase 1, and then we'll start a set where we single crochet 4, then increase 1, repeat this set 5 times, then single crochet 2, and we'll have 36 stitches at the end of the round. And here's round 6. For round 7, in just the back loops, we're going to single crochet in each stitch of the round for a total of 36 stitches at the end. So the back loops are these right here, and they'll be the loops that are further away from you as you're working. So here you can see I just inserted my hook into just that back loop. And that's round 7. You can see that we just formed the bottom of the bucket, and now we're going to be crocheting up the sides. For rounds 8 to 15, we'll go back to working in both loops, and we'll single crochet in each stitch of the round for a total of 36 stitches at the end of each round, and then we'll fasten off and weave in the ends. Once I finish round 15, I can trim off the yarn, and I'm going to leave a pretty long tail. And then I'll pull that tail all the way through the end of the last stitch, fastening off, and then I'll use my yarn needle to then weave the tail end of the yarn in and out of the stitches, and I'm going to bring this all the way down to the bottom of the bucket. If you don't have a yarn needle, you can also use your crochet hook to weave the yarn in and out. And that's the bottom of the boo bucket. Now for the bucket top, for round 1, we're going to chain 2, single crochet 3 in the second chain from the hook for a total of 3 stitches at the end. Since I'm doing the pumpkin, I'm going to start with dark green yarn. If you're doing the ghost, you'll begin with white yarn, and if you're doing the witch, you'll start with black yarn. And that's round 1. For round 2, we're going to single crochet 1, then increase 1, then single crochet 1 for a total of 4 stitches at the end. Again, sometimes the first stitch I make is kind of tight, so when that happens, I get my yarn needle and I just make some extra space for my hook, and this just makes it easier for me to start off round 2. Once I finish my last stitch, I just want to make sure that my stitches are facing the right way out. So I do this by getting my crochet hook and I kind of use it to push the middle outward. And that's round 2. For round 3, we're going to single crochet 2 in each stitch of the round for a total of 8 stitches at the end. And that's round 3. For round 4, we're going to single crochet in each stitch of the round for a total of 8 stitches at the end. If you're doing the pumpkin, at the end of the round we'll also be switching to orange yarn. So if you're doing the pumpkin, once you get to the last stitch, we're going to work until we have 2 loops left on the hook. And then I'm going to grab my orange yarn and trim off the end of the green. Then I'm going to take my orange yarn and yarn over the hook. Just drape it over like that. And then I'll pull the orange yarn through those last 2 loops to complete the stitch. And that's round 4. For round 5, in the front loops, we're going to single crochet 1, then increase 1, repeat this set 4 times for a total of 12 stitches at the end. So your front loops will be the loops that are closest to you as you're working. So these are your front loops right here. As you can see, I'm inserting my hook into just that front loop. Once I finish up the last stitch, I'm going to tie together the 2 open ends of the yarn where I did the color change. And then I'll just tuck those ends back into the top. And that's round 5. For round 6, we're going to go back to working in both loops, and we're going to single crochet 1, then increase 1, repeat this set 6 times for a total of 18 stitches at the end. And that's round 6. For round 7, we're going to single crochet 1, then increase 1, then start a set where we single crochet 2, increase 1, repeat this set 5 times, and then single crochet 1 for a total of 24 stitches at the end. And that's round 7. For round 8, we're going to single crochet 3, then increase 1, repeat this set 6 times for a total of 30 stitches at the end. And that's round 8. For round 9, we're going to single crochet 2, then increase 1, then start a set where we single crochet 4, increase 1, repeat this set 5 times, and then single crochet 2, and we'll have 36 stitches at the end. And that's round 9. For round 10, we're going to single crochet 5, increase 1, repeat this set 6 times for 42 stitches at the end. And that's round 10. For round 11, we're going to single crochet 3, then increase 1, then start a set where we single crochet 6, then increase 1, repeat this set 5 times, and then single crochet 3 for 48 stitches at the end. And that's round 11. For round 12, we're going to single crochet 6, then decrease 1, repeat this set 6 times for a total of 42 stitches. Then after we finish the round, we're going to fasten off and weave in the ends. And that's round 12. Now we're done with the bucket top and we're ready to add the handle and attach on the face. So I have my handle here, and using the 2 tail ends, I'm just going to get my yarn needle and sew it to either side of the bucket top. When I position the handle, I like to make the back of the bucket top where the end of the last round is. When I'm done sewing on the handle and I'm ready to knot off the yarn, I run my yarn needle through the back of a stitch and pull it almost all the way through, leaving a little loop of yarn. Then I run the needle through the loop a couple times and then pull the yarn tight, and this will fasten off the yarn. And then I can run my needle back through a stitch, another stitch, and then trim it off. For some added security, I like to take some fabric glue and just dab a little bit on the ends of the cut yarn just to make sure it stays in place. And that's the finished bucket top. Next, I'm gonna cut my face out from black felt and then glue them on. I just kind of freehand this part, and I based my face on some of the classic boot bucket faces that you can see from McDonald's. Once I have all my face shapes cut out, I'm just going to grab some fray check. This is just a solution you can apply to the edges of your cut fabric, and it prevents them from unraveling or fraying. And for the felt, this just, once it dries and hardens, I can trim all the little fuzzy parts off. This just gives your face a bit of a cleaner look, but totally optional. Once the fray check has dried and I've cleaned up the edges, I can go ahead and glue my face pieces on. And here's your finished boot bucket. They look small and can fit in the palm of your hand, but I found that these can actually fit a good amount of candy. Here I have some Monster Hershey Kisses, and as you can see, I can fit this entire handful inside. I really hope you guys love this pattern as much as I do, and if you try it out, please tag me on Instagram at @thepudgyrabbit. I'd love to see how your buckets turn out. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my crochet tutorials and patterns, and let me know in the comments below what you guys like to see next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.